Welcome to Rock Club's record album review of the Police Synchronicity. My name is Kevin Z, and I am a lifelong musician and music fan. I'd like to think I've gained some musical wisdom over my 50 years of listening to, performing, and studying music from among my many favorite artists. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my Rock Club music channel, as I intend to review another monumental album each week. I grew up with classic rock bands like Led Zeppelin, Boston, and Kiss. I watched as new wave bands like Duran Duran hit big on MTV and television shows like Friday Night Videos. I witnessed the evolution of 80s alternative rock and hair metal and the rise of grunge. I'll give you my perspective on epic rock albums spanning across these years. I hope I can pass some of this knowledge along to my daughters, Sky and Ava, whose playlists include records in my collection and also from my first generation iPod here. Also folks at work who heard my playlists for the first time and commented how music had changed so much over the years and how Generation Z could benefit from my knowledge of these great artists and bands. I'm reviewing artists' albums in their formatted order as they were originally intended to be listened to. So keep in mind, these are my opinions. So feel free to comment, agree, or disagree. So let's begin. The Police at one time were the hugest band in the world. The year was 1983. Their biggest hit song was Every Breath You Take. It was all over FM radio, played on nearly every format. The video was the longest running #1 video on Friday Night Videos. Here was this punk and reggae infused trio, originally this British underground band that had its first US breakthrough hit 4 years earlier with Don't Stand So Close to Me. They had now become pop rock kings as the age of new wave was kicking into high gear. Sting's face was everywhere, much to the chagrin of bandmates Stewart Copeland and Andy Summers. If Sting wasn't stealing the spotlight in the band's videos, he was practicing his acting chops on the big screen in movies like Dune and Brimstone and Treacle. The band regularly feuded in the studio, on stage, and during interviews. Sting made everybody know who wrote the hit songs. And Stewart Copeland, one of the most popular and revered drummers of the time, by the way, he let everyone know he was the genius who hired Sting to be the singer and bassist for his band. Of Sting's singing talent, Copeland once quoted, "Every heart is broken. The birds stop their song. Andy and I are in the shadows next to him going, holy gopher fuck. Where did that come from?" Unquote. But it didn't take a soothsayer to see that the band's time of cohesion would soon come to an end. At the height of their fame, the band would split up, with each member going their separate ways, and with Sting continuing on to a hugely successful solo career. Released June 17th, 1983, The Police Synchronicity was the fifth and final album released from the band. Sting had the bulk of songwriting credits on the album, with guitarist Andy Summers and drummer percussionist Stewart Copeland adding a few of their own. Being an English teacher before he joined the band, Sting was a voracious reader, and the title of the album, along with much of its material, came from a 1972 book by Arthur Koestler entitled The Roots of Coincidence. Each track off this album is a remarkable production, recorded with more of a live capture and with less sequencers and synthesizers than their previous album, Ghost in the Machine. Side 2 of Synchronicity is, in my opinion, the best Police song collection of them all. The album opens with Sting's sequenced keyboard part for Synchronicity 1. Stewart Copeland's drums kick in massively, and Andy Summers adds an intertwining guitar melody line. Sting's vocals are lush and multi-tracked as he sings of the connecting principles of synchronicity that he has read about in Koestler's book. A high-energy tune here to kick off the record It was the fourth single released off the album. Track 2, side 1, Walking in Your Footsteps, is another Sting sequenced song with atmospheric, digitally delayed, and echoing guitar effects by Summers, and an excellent percussion track by Copeland. Here Sting sings about the plight of the dinosaur. Track 3, side 1, Oh My God, is an upbeat jam with the band back in their more traditional arrangement, with Sting back on his bass, Andy riffing on guitar, and Stewart rocking a cool drum beat. Great bass line that drives this song as well. Sting sings this song looking for some sign from God. He's black and bruised and torn and tired and being beat up. Sting also plays a nice saxophone part on this tune, displaying his multi-instrumental talents. Track 4, side 1, Mother, is the Andy Summers song off the album. Right away you feel the tension. Here he sings a frenetic song about his troubled relationship with his mother. This song is in a 7/8 tempo. Especially telling is Andy's line, "Well, every girl I go out with becomes my mother in the end." Did his psychologist tell him that, I wonder? I guess he just figured that out. Near the end, Andy starts laughing maniacally. Who can't relate with a mother that sometimes drives them crazy? Track 5, side 1, Miss Gradenko, is Stewart Copeland's contribution to songwriting off the album. The song has a playful feel to it. Great guitar work from Andy Summers again. Some may not know it, but Stewart Copeland actually had the first songwriting success of all the band members with his earlier project, Clark Kent, back in 1978. He had a single that he wrote called Don't Care, which charted in the UK. Last song on side 1, Synchronicity 2. It was the last single to be released off the album and one of the album's most iconic songs. Written by Sting, it tells the story of a day in the life of a troubled family businessman. I love the line in the song where he says, "And every single meeting with his so-called superior is a humiliating kick in the crotch." It's a high-energy tune with great guitar melody by Summers. The post-apocalyptic Mad Max-like video shot for this song received tons of airplay on MTV and Friday Night Videos, which was a popular show at the time on NBC. Track 1, side 2, is the Police's biggest hit of all time, Every Breath You Take. It was the single released from the first single released from the album, and written by Sting. It was a song that is oftentimes confused as being a love song, but is really a song about dark obsession and of being possessive of someone. Sting has been quoted as saying he knew it would be a huge hit from the moment he sat at the piano and the lyrics and the music came to him. My earliest recollection of the song was sitting in my room the summer of '83, playing drums along to the radio, which I often did. And every FM channel that I turned the dial to was playing this song within the same hour. It was like, okay, 92, 95, 99, 101, KTWB, 104, they all were playing the song. Wow. Suffice it to say, it was a huge hit. Track 2, side 2, King of Pain, is another fantastic tune from the album. The song opens sparsely with Sting, his bass line and piano part, Stewart Copeland playing a cowbell. Sting's lyrics evoke clear imagery. I am especially enamored of Copeland's gated snare sound and excellent cymbal work, which along with the rest of his drumming really propels this song. At the time, among us drumming geeks, Stewart Copeland was in the pantheon of the greatest rock drummers of all time, together with John Bonham and Neil Peart from Rush. Track 3, side 2, Wrapped Around Your Finger. It is personally my favorite song off the album. This song mesmerizes me still to this day. There are so many layers to it. Andy's guitar parts are amazingly arranged, muted picking, plenty of tasty licks. I love the echo delay on his guitar chords. The chorus is lush. Then add in synth harmony over the top. It's hypnotizing. Stewart uses splash cymbals as exclamation points. Add in the amazing lyrics by Sting, in which the student becomes the master, and you have a true masterpiece. Oh, and you be wrapped around my finger. You be wrapped around my finger. Whoa, whoa. The last song on the album is the atmospheric and haunting Tea in the Sahara. Here Sting is inspired by the Paul Bowles novel, The Sheltering Sky, where he writes of 3 sisters waiting for a prince to join them for tea in the Sahara Desert. Andy Summers used what he calls his wobbling cloud effect on guitar to create an amazing shimmering echo guitar feedback effect. What a fitting bookend to an incredible album. The Police Synchronicity is the band's biggest seller, winning 3 Grammys in 1984 and with nearly 11 million sales worldwide to date. What a fantastic album. Thanks again for tuning in, and look for more Rokk Club record album reviews in the near future. Peace.